Good morning.
Good morning. We already arrived at LAX and we actually just checked our luggage and we're looking forward to our very first near business class experience. If you fly a very long time ago like we did 3 months ago, it was not that expensive to actually book premium economies. Kudos to Air Premier.
After checking in and boarding, we sat back on our plane and began our journey.
It's 12 hours and it's pretty chill, pretty convenient, much more legroom, and obviously some amenities.
It's a funny thing flying from the US to Asia. Your destination is several hours ahead of your origin, and on our flight, we completely skipped an entire day due to the time zone changes. Crazy. After a very smooth, pleasant 12-plus hour flight, we touched down at Incheon International Airport in Seoul, South Korea. Our first order of business was to get a T-Money card for use on public transit in Seoul. Big recommend. After dropping our luggage off at the Airbnb, we decided to walk over to the nearby Myeongdong Market.
I just had a haircut in the middle of Myeongdong. That's pretty cool, right? And the service is great, and the cut is wonderful, and the price is even better. I think it's half the price of what you would have in Los Angeles. I think it's a great deal. Thank you. Thank you. So I've never been to Seoul before, but I do have a few friends, really close friends, are either from Seoul or have been to Seoul, and they all love Seoul so much. So we decided to stop by Seoul because look at this place. This is so fun. And everybody's still on the street. I mean, it's a Wednesday night. I'm extremely tired because I do know there's 16 or 17 hours of time difference from Los Angeles and here.
I'm at the end of the fumes that I've been running on for the past 2 or 3 hours. So I'm about to start losing my ability to form words and sentences as well. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully refreshed and ready to go.
Good night. We brought our own coffee beans. I recently bought some AeroPress, and they're supposed to be really good for traveling, so we'll find out. That was a great sound.
Our first stop of the day was Dondaemun Design Plaza, or DDP. DDP was designed by the architecture firm Zaha Hadid Architects. Zaha Hadid is a world-renowned Iraqi-British architect and definitely the most inspiring architect in my book. Her signature, flowing curvilinear design sparks so much curiosity, awe, and joy whenever I visit them. She revolutionized what's possible in the realm of architecture and beyond. Zaha Hadid is truly an icon, and I was very fortunate to have worked at one of her studios long ago.
The main exhibit at DDP was called Lux, Poetic Resolution. The show featured 16 large-scale installations from 12 leading international contemporary artists and collectives working at the forefront of 21st century new media art. The exhibits deploy the latest audiovisual technologies, focusing on the resolution of light and the frequency of sound as artistic mediums, offering transformative experiences that blur the lines between natural and digital realms, and push the boundaries between contemporary and future artistic practice. Poetic Resolution was one of the most immersive sensory experiences we've ever encountered in a museum exhibit. from wildly innovative uses of light, sound, animation, and interactivity, we were completely floored.
We wandered through the meandering hallway and chanced upon an architecture student exhibition, which got me really nostalgic to my days in architecture school. As much as technology has advanced, nothing beats hand drawing and handcrafted models. Kudos!
We've arrived.
What should we do? Where should we start? We're at Gwangjang Market and we're really, really hungry, which is really good because this place is packed with flavors. So we ordered chachi, I believe. This is soup with fish cake and salad. And tteokbokki, a lot of umami. It was really, really good. The flavor in the soup is just so nuanced. You can tell all the fish in there. We're gonna have assorted Korean sausages, black sausage in the stomach, and some of the feet.
I also liked it for napkin. This is just right above you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
This meat is amazing. Explosions of flavor.
What's your favorite?
The liver.
This guy.
Oh yeah. We are in line to get some donuts.
My dear friend Jiangsu, she said she tried some really, really good donut in Gwangjang Market, and she said you have to have it. So it's made of sticky rice. That's why it's so special.
We decided to cap off a great first day in Seoul with some live music, so we jumped on a quick train over to Itaewon to All That Jazz. Faith and I are always interested in seeing the world through different perspectives, and after experiencing live jazz music in the West, we wanted to experience it through a Korean lens, and the performing quartet Djül did not disappoint.
Today we have a lot of things to do. What is it going to involve?
We're going to do a very traditional tour of Seoul because yesterday we did the modern part of Seoul. Today we're going to some of the palaces, and those villages are traditional. So I'm very, very excited. I've seen those in K-drama so many times, and now I'm finally going there. I'm very looking forward to it. It's really cold today. I just checked at 38 Fahrenheit right now. I don't think I have been to a cold place like this for the last however many years. We used to live in St. Louis and it's pretty cold, but I really look forward to seeing snow here. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful.
Tickets.
So the ticket experience is very convenient. We can have those vending machine over there, and it wasn't a long line, so we got our tickets really, really quickly. So here's the thing, if you wear those hanbok, and you can come to the palace for free, but if you don't, you have to pay for a ticket. There you go. Thank you.
All right. Well, this is gorgeous.
What's that? Oh, it's snowing! The first snow of Seoul. We're just
Yay.
here. So I've watched enough K-dramas to know that you have to have fried chicken and beer when the first snow comes. So today we're going for that. So the fun part is a lot of those characters are in Chinese, or they call kanji. And what it says is like diligent governing palace. So that's where the emperor is working. So the office. Oh my gosh.
I grew up in rural Missouri on a farm, and during the winters it would usually snow a lot. Also, because we would drive in it and work in it, it would always be pretty miserable in the snow. So I kind of resented it wherever I was growing up. But now that we're in California, we don't get it that often. It's nice, although it feels really cold.
So I'm not expecting to make an advertisement for Uniqlo, but I'm actually wearing 99% Uniqlo today. This is the J.W. Anderson's collab with Uniqlo, and this trench coat is surprisingly warm, and I didn't expect that. And I have a turtleneck, a merino turtleneck inside from Uniqlo as well, and it keeps me pretty comfortable. If that palace is more of an office for the emperor, I mean, this is also another office, but it's more for himself to pondering and like thinking without like being interrupted. So I think it's probably more for himself.
So it's like a man cave.
A bit better than that. It's fun that they have all these doors so that it creates a really interesting mechanism of opening up the entire space, because in Korea it's really cold in wintertime, so you do need it very sealed. But I can see like in summertime it's probably very comfortable and they want all the doors to be lifted. Oh wow, on the side you can see how the palace is lifted up from the ground. This is a very interesting system you see here, the well. They have a lot of channel built into it, so the water can drain to the sewer system. So it's pretty advanced. These tiles are so pretty. They're interlocking with each other, have a shape like that, and the water like shed perfectly. I didn't expect to see the mountain so close, especially where we stay is like very modern with a lot of high rises, and you wouldn't be able to see those.
Yeah.
But now in the center, it's like everything's lower, you get to see afar. This is fun. It's so pretty. I don't know who lives here. Maybe the princes? Women usually live pretty like far back in terms of the entire palace, because there are so many women in the back palace, and it wasn't unrare to have a lot of women compete really hard to win the favor of the emperor, but also in the hope of giving birth to the next emperor. There are a lot of K-dramas and Chinese dramas, period shows, just talking about each generation, each dynasty, like all the women in the back of the palace trying to compete. Like it could be very lethal if you're on the wrong team, if you're on the wrong side of the history or the political spectrum. I'm just feeling very lucky. I'm born in the modern time, and women are more supportive of each other than competing so violently. It's just fun to walk through this and just guessing what has happened here, like what are the stories behind all those little rooms. It's quite fascinating. And as you can see, all these little doorways are much smaller in scale compared to the ones that we just walked through in the front of the palaces, because these are more designed for women. John, what did you do?
I sat down and I left my mark.
That is actually a security camera in a
Oh yeah.
camouflage. It's so cute.
It's easy to get lost here.
Is it like that way?
I guess so.
Like this way? That way? It has to be that way.
What's next on our plate?
I think we're gonna go to one of those traditional villages, because this is palace for people like with power and authority, and like the next place we're gonna go for is for ordinary people.
After exiting the palace, we visited some beautiful outdoor exhibits. And one we didn't fully understand. But that's fine. Art is subjective.
We climbed up into the Bukchon Hanok village to meet up with my old friend Lin for some tea at Chatu. Huge props to Lin for bringing us here. Chatu featured a serene garden in the center, offering everyone a beautiful view. At the time of this episode's release, we learned that Chatu was closed while they secure a new location. We hope the tea house will reopen soon so more people get to experience that. You really couldn't ask for a more calming and relaxing time with teas and food that only enhance the experience. Bukchon Hanok Village is a residential neighborhood with many restored traditional Korean houses called Hanok. After seeing the grandiose palace this morning, it's definitely a change of scenery to experience something so quaint. Keeping true to our promise earlier in the day, we celebrate the first snow of the year by indulging in some fried chicken and beer, a custom deeply ingrained in Korean pop culture.
사장님, 여기 양념 하나랑 쌀밥 하나 넣어주세요.
The K-drama My Love from the Star further popularized this trend even outside of Korea.
Good morning.
Good morning. We are at the train station.
Exactly. This is what we're going to do today. Museum and coffee shop hopping. The last 2 days, we did a lot of fun stuff and we love the city. And this is going to be our last full day in Seoul. So we want to take in as much as possible. So where we lived in the Airbnb. It's directly above a metro station. And we took line 4 to come directly here. We are so appreciative of that because today is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's freezing cold. I'm glad that we can just take a train and we don't even have to go outside. So it's super, super convenient. And I'm like all for it, like public transportation, metros and buses. It's really nice down here. Another thing I noticed, like every metro station has all these coffee shops where we are. So exactly. So it's just so convenient. Like people can just live and work and have fun. And that's what cities can do to people's lives. And so we're hoping to see Los Angeles eventually transform to a city that you can go by public transportation instead of only driving cars. And with all these beautiful like metal panel having like lights radiating back through it, it already got into the mood.
Another really awesome thing about this museum we're going to, apparently it's free.
That's quite an entrance. It's a really beautiful plaza. Let's walk through the bamboo forest. This is a really, really big museum. Looking, the tower has such a great frame.
Oh, wow.
So I think this is very intentional of a design that you have quite a big volume on both ends, but they frame it so that you can see one of the signature of Seoul, South Korea, which is Namsan Park and the South Tower.
Ready?
Yeah, let's go. There are 3 floors, but don't get fooled. These are 3 big floors.
Oh, yeah.
So there's so many things to see. I think I'm most excited to see calligraphy and painting because we already know that ancient time in Japan and Korea, we all share the same characters. Therefore, that I can recognize a lot of them, especially my dad is an artist specializing in calligraphy and painting. I just cannot tell you how comfortable I am in this museum because everything is just laid out, displayed with so much perfection. Cool, this is actually a pair of shoes.
Well, I mean, it snows a lot in this region, so I guess
That's true.
practical.
Just some cleats.
These were paintings of the Eastern palaces by the imperial court. What's really fascinating about this is that whenever the Japanese took over and made Korea a colony, and afterwards, whenever they wanted to renovate and rebuild, the Koreans referenced these old paintings to gain it really important information on where to rebuild, how to rebuild. One generation losing details from a generation hundreds of years previous.
I'm actually really surprised to see this is what I learned when I was in middle school. The name of this letter is called 出师北条, which was written by Zhuge Liang to the emperor. But the emperor was the younger one. So Zhuge Liang used to be the right hand to the older emperor. But this letter was written after the old emperor was dead. So he had to write to the younger emperor, suggesting things that he could have done or should do to be a better emperor, just like his father. And also in this letter, he poured all his heart out to say he's willing to do everything he can to lead this war against invasions. It's pretty cool that I was able to read this, and like this memory was so fresh. I learned this in middle school, but I can still like recite everything out. So that's pretty cool. We're at the museum restaurant, and I ordered some bibimbap with abalone. And what did you order?
Like a spicy pork. It's right here.
Spicy pork. The museum is so big and so exquisite. Like that's the only word I can think of. But I also want to like go on to our next museum as well, because I don't want to miss the opportunity to see some kimchi history.
After leaving the museum, it was time to meet up with Lynn again for a quick espresso stop to launch us into the final phase of our trip. Located down a tiny alleyway in east central Seoul, Coffee Hanyakbang is a great hidden gem of Seoul. Tucked away in the former main medicinal office of the Joseon dynasty, the staff offers fresh roasted coffee drinks and seating on multiple floors.
So we're at the Kimchi Museum, and I think it's called Museum Kimchikan, and we're like, okay, we have to go to this museum because where else can you find kimchi museum? Of course, in Seoul and Korea. So we're here to learn everything about kimchi. So I'm super excited.
Choose the kind of kimchi you want to make.
Whole napa cabbage kimchi, salt dissolved in water. kimchi reduce stress. I think it's bloated. Prevents obesity and makes you healthy. Oh, why is she crying? Probiotics. Napa cabbage kimchi helps prevent artery hardening and relieves constipation. Small radish kimchi, easy to digest, good as a dietary supplement. Oh, this is so fun! The French! Oh my god! You can try some kimchi samples here. This is so fun!
What are you going to try first?
Well, we have to try all of them. So I'm going to try all 3 of samples of kimchi. And I will start with the whole cabbage kimchi. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah?
It's very garlicky, very refreshing.
It's spicy?
Tiny bit, but not too much.
That's good. It is garlicky. Pretty good. Pretty good.
The second one is white cabbage kimchi. This one is very, very mild, crunchy. Has a little like subtle sweetness to it.
Definitely can sense that crunchiness. Very mild. It's pleasant. Not spicy. Not overpowering with the garlic. It's very mellow.
The last one is stir-fried kimchi, so it's already cooked. It's more sour than the first one. So the first one probably a bit more garlicky than sour.
Yeah.
This one has more acidity.
Has an interesting smell to it. Pretty good. I think it's my least favorite of the 3. It's okay.
I think I like the first one. So what's your favorite?
Well, whole cabbage.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
This is beautiful.
So that about wraps it up here at the Kimchi Museum. It's really, really fun. I totally recommend it. And now, actually in the mood to make my own kimchi, especially since there's so many different varieties. So, eat that kimchi. It's great for you, and it's fun to make.
As the evening and our journey to Seoul began to wind down, there was one last experience we could not pass up. The movement you're seeing is merely the remaining reflex actions of the nerves within the octopus's arms. There is a misconception the San-nakji is taken from a live octopus. As long as you have an open mind and you're okay with a little tickling sensation on your tongue, you're in store for a highly enjoyable meal.
Raviv, I'm gonna mix it up. Wow, sounds good. Always.
Is that radish?
And just as soon as it began, it was time to depart. We had an absolute blast, packed with several memories and experiences.
The number one thing that I most look forward to on this trip was meeting up with my childhood friend Lynn after not seeing her for 20 years. We went to the same middle school together and were desk mates for a semester. It's so fun to see both of us not only grow up into creative professionals, but also reside in a different country and start a family with someone from a different culture. I guess that's why we were friends when we were young. Some things never change.
Now, off to our next adventure. Where will we end up next? Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe today.